Welcome to episode 9 of our 5-minute faculty development series. This episode is the fourth in a mini-series on the essential domains involved in assessing candidacy for academic promotion. This video concentrates on the third of those domains, how to create value for the organization. Before we get going, if you want to review why creating organizational value is important for academic promotion, please take a look at episodes 6 and 7 in our series. Now, on to creating organizational value. What does value mean? Merriam-Webster defines value in numerous ways, the principal one of which that fits our discussion is relative worth, utility, or importance. So when thinking about creating value for the organization, it's really worth, utility, or importance for the university. How can you do that? It's through one or more components of the academic mission: education, research, clinical care, and administration and service. What does it look like to create value in education? Remember, the university wants to be viewed as warehousing and disseminating knowledge. That increases notoriety, attracts the best students, and increases donations to the university. Creating value in education can look like a host of things. Many of you will immediately think of teaching, formal instruction of students, residents, or others. That's certainly a major contributor to education. That may look like giving lectures, grand rounds, directing a rotation, building a curriculum, or writing a journal article on educational methodologies. Anything that creates your recognition as an expert in teaching is going to increase the notoriety of the university, which means you have created value for the university. It's easy to overlook other things that fall under education. Think about things like coaching and mentoring or faculty development. Also, don't overlook other things we may not typically think about, such as maintaining a blog on educational topics, hosting a podcast on education, or even an instructional video series like this one. What about creating value in research? The most obvious way is by getting external funding, whether from funding organizations like the NIH or from industry. Of course, scientific publications are the coin of the realm in academics, so those are also great for creating research value for the university. Another way to create value that a lot of people may not think of is when investigators develop ideas that result in patents. If and when those patents are leveraged for commercial products, the university gets the associated profit, which clearly amounts to monetary value. What about creating value in clinical care? What might that look like? It might be tempting to think that you create clinical value by simply seeing a bunch of patients. Remember, anyone in private practice will see a lot of patients. That doesn't justify an academic appointment at a university. There's more to it than that. There are three major ways that you can create value in clinical care. The first is knowing how financial people think about the word value. For them, value is a mathematical expression as the formula value equals quality over cost. When you know that, you can identify important ways to create value. You can increase quality, you can decrease cost, or you can do both. The second major way to create value in clinical care is to enhance care delivery systems. For this, think of things like using clinical informatics, as well as concepts from industrial design and systems management like lean methodology. These can help streamline care delivery, improve efficiency, and reduce waste in the system. The final way to create value in clinical care is by providing clinical expertise that exceeds that of peer institutions. Basically, think of this as clinical expertise good enough to make people willing to travel from outside of the region to get it. An example would be if you're an adult who has cancer, you go to MD Anderson. The final domain to consider is administration and service. What does that look like? There are two sides of it. There are positions within the College of Medicine, such as directing a course of medical students or serving on faculty search committees, and there are positions in the hospital, such as being a medical director of a clinical service or serving the quality and safety program. Similarly, there are formal leadership roles that may be in one, the other, or both. Now we've briefly covered creating organizational value in the four domains of education, research, clinical care, and administration. By doing so, you can diversify your professional activities, expand your career opportunities, and build your professional dossier. In the next video, I'll cover what sustained academic productivity looks like.